Hello, combat, and welcome back to another Marvel Snap video. In this video, we're going to be looking at some Bullseye decks, and then we're going to be looking at just 5 other top decks of the week. We've got 3 Bullseye decks, and before we get into it, in case you haven't known, in case you didn't see, no, it is see, whatever. Second Dinner announced their compensation for the downtime. You can check that out in the Discord or on the Twitter. Probably on YouTube, because probably a lot of creators have already shared it. You know, most of you have probably already seen it, but the compensation is incredible. I think if you're in US and you're over 500 collection level, you're getting like over 6k tokens, 2 spotlight keys, some credits, some gold, a crap ton of variants. And if you're not in the US, you're still getting 2 spotlight keys, 3k tokens, and a little bit of credits and some variants. It is really generous compensation, which is incredible. So if you haven't seen that, go check it out. But let's get into the video, shall we? Right, first deck. Actually, before we get into the video, let's talk about Bullseye. Honestly, if you see my video this week when the card came out, I said I was excited for this card, and it's lived up to the hype in my opinion. I just love it. It's added a little something else, right? It's brought Dakin back into discard stuff, and just adds a little extra power, right? A lot of people, when they seen it, was like, "Ooh, look, negative stuff, like the -2 power." But it's not about that. It's like the discard, right? If Bullseye discards an extra 3 cards that you normally wouldn't have, that's extra 6 power to Mobius, right? If some of them are if those are 3 swarms or 2 swarms in a Scorn, that's an extra 5 power to collect it, stuff like that, right? It adds extra power, and then like the Scorn also obviously adds power. If you got Dakin stuff in your hand, right? That's doubling Dakin's power. It just adds a lot of power to this guy, which I like. So yeah, let's talk about decks then. Decks. First up, we went with like a Dakin Zola stuff. There's plenty of other ways of doing it. There's only 3 Bullseye decks in here because a lot of them are similar because it is discard in the end of the day. But I try to spread them out with different types of win cons, as you'll see. So first off, we got the Dakin Zola stuff, right? You don't have to do Zola on Dakin, right? You could technically do it on Gambit, right? And get like a triple Gambit. If you get Gambit in one lane and then Zola it, right? Spread out your 3 Zolas. You know, is what it is. Or you could go Modok, I guess, if you draw Zola off the top and you got Modok with crap ton of swarms, whatever, right? Oops. Next deck was Helicarrier stuff. Right, you got Vicky Hand in here with Moonstone. You're looking to discard your Helicarrier. You still got your Scorn and your Swarms and your Mobius Collect stuff with Bullseye. You discard a load of cheap stuff. With Vicky Hand and Moonstone, if you discard a bunch of Swarms and play them out on the last turn, they are 7 power, right? It's just the way it is. They will be 7 powers, right? They're already 3. They get 2 from Vicky, number 2 from Moonstone. They're 0/7s, which is crazy strong. And last deck for Scorn was a Wong stuff. I'm not a big fan of this one, but it had Wong in it, so I thought I'd give it a go to show it off. You've got like X23 that can benefit from the Bullseye stuff as well. It's a little bit weaker than the other 2 because it's kind of just like all in, right? You've got Mobius and you got Gambit. That's kind of your win cons. You've got APOC here, which is nice, but you don't have a Dracula, right? So I'm not a fan of this version. If you wanted to do something like this, you could probably just take out the Wong and put Dracula in it if you wanted some more standard discard, but whatever. And now we get onto the decks that aren't discard. First up, Arashim's been doing okay, right? Little hands, Arashim stuff still does good. Deck's still playable. Yeah, so I don't really want to talk much about it. I picked decks that performing well, and Arashim was on the list. Next up, we have, what is this? Oh, this is Hela. This is a Hela version. Hela got buffed in the last OTA. Everyone was like, Hela's dead, but she just got stronger, more flexible. This is a very interesting Hela list. I didn't really look at it, I just seen Hela. I was like, yes, but Ronan in here. Gar is your only 6 is interesting. Yeah, like very interesting take on Hela. I love it with the Baron Zemo and the Malik. I might have to give this a go. I actually I really like the look of that deck. Next up, just got standard move. I did the bounce move deck yesterday. If you haven't seen that, check that out on my channel, or the day before, depending when this video comes out. I'm not sure if I'm putting out Saturday or Sunday yet. We'll see how I feel. But yeah, I did the bounce move. This is just standard move, right? You got quite a lot of the same stuff, but you're not bouncing it, you're just moving around. You got Cosmo to protect yourself, Goliath, Heimdall for some moves, Craven Claw, you know. Standard moves, so everyone's played move before. Next up, Doom 2099. Doom kind of just fallen by the wayside a little bit, but the card's still strong, right? What makes it strong is how simple the decks are. You play one card a turn, like there's nothing else to it, right? You get your Doom down, hopefully on 3, then you go off, right? You play one card a turn, get a crap ton of Dooms. Ideally, you end on turn 6 with a Doctor Doom, spread a lot of power. It's not impossible to beat, but it makes it really awkward because you've got to contest. All 3 lanes are contested by them when they play in this deck, and it's a bit of a pain. You got to spread your power a little bit, or you have to go big on 2. And the last deck is negative. Negative, as always, is awkward deck, right? Like if you don't draw your negative stuff, you just lose. But also, it's very simple to retreat for 1, right? You know what type of cards you're gonna have. You know if you got good stuff. It's also probably hard to get more than 2 cubes against someone that's not just throwing. Like against me, you probably get 4 because I'm an idiot and I'd stay in thinking I could beat it when I don't even have an answer in my deck. But you know, it is what it is, right? Anyways, that's enough rambling. Enjoy the game. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you could leave a like, comment, subscribe, and all that good stuff. And I will catch you tomorrow for another video.